Good morning. Today I'll be presenting our risk management plan for the Victoria Cross Station, a critical part of Transport for New South Wales' latest project, Sydney Metro. Sydney Metro, alongside Lendlease's focus throughout this project, has been ensuring safety, efficiency, and strategic planning across all construction phases. I will dive into how risk, health, and safety is approached to support successful project delivery. Victoria Cross Station is one of the key new additions of the Sydney Metro City and South West Line, located right in the heart of North Sydney. Its purpose is not only to increase accessibility to public transport, but also to reduce congestion and improve commuter flow across the city. What makes this project particularly significant is its commitment to sustainable urban development. From the design stage, the focus has been on minimizing environmental impact through smart, energy-efficient choices and integrating the station seamlessly into the existing urban landscape. The project is also a showcase of creative engineering and meticulous planning. It's setting a new benchmark for future transport infrastructure by combining functionality, aesthetics, and ecological responsibility. So ultimately, Victoria Cross isn't just a transit hub, it's a model for how major infrastructure can contribute to greener, more connected, and more livable cities. Here's a quick overview for my group and I will cover today. So we're going to begin with the project scope and key assumptions. Then we're going to explain our overall risk management approach, followed by a breakdown of how risks are assessed and treated. After that, we're going to have a look at how we determine contingency measures, and finally, we're going to wrap up with our conclusions and recommendations based on our findings. The main goal in delivering Victoria Cross Station is achieving time and cost efficiency through strict schedule management. By focusing on the program, it is ensured that the risk management plan accounts for every possible variation or disruption that could impact delivery. This approach helps Lendlease and Transport for New South Wales to proactively manage delays and keep the project within budget and ensure every phase progresses smoothly. But success also depends on relationships. So maintaining clear and respectful communication with all stakeholders is pretty much essential. This project involves both internal stakeholders like Lendlease engineers, construction teams, and senior management, as well as external stakeholders, such as the New South Wales Government, Transport for New South Wales, local community members, subcontractors, and future metro users. Each group has its own priorities, from safety and quality to delivery deadlines and community satisfaction. Lastly, because construction is entirely underground, there are additional challenges. Lendlease must make sure that all subcontractors and support teams fully understand these conditions and are equipped to collaborate effectively. By aligning all these elements, schedule, cost, risk, and stakeholder needs, we can deliver Victoria Cross Station successfully and responsively.
Hi everyone, I'm Sebastian Nazar from the ZAPS team. Today I'll be taking you through our risk analysis of the Victoria Cross Station project, specifically looking at our key assumptions, base schedule and cost estimate, and how we're applying risk management using the ISO 31000. This project is being delivered under a D&C contract design and construct, which means the contract, Lendlease in this case, is responsible for both designing and constructing the station. That setup really helps us with efficiency, innovation, but also we have a risk that sits with the contractor regarding financial and design risks. Our group has also made a few assumptions based on the contract. They follow. First up, we're assuming stable economic conditions during the entire construction period, so things like inflation, labor, material costs, and interest rates are expected to stay fairly consistent. So why does this matter? Well, under a fixed D&C model, any major fluctuation can seriously eat into profit and margin, or even cause budget issues and overruns. The second assumption is that the project scope is clearly defined from the start. This helps avoid cost variations later on if the scope changes mid-project, as it can lead to delays, rework, and disputes, which again is a big risk to the contractor. And finally, we're assuming there'll be consistent cash flow and that the project stays on budget, which is really important for keeping the timeline on track, paying subcontractors on time, and making sure the project runs smoothly. So these are our base schedule assumptions. So we've got a 6-day working week, Monday to Saturday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Inclement weather will impact the project regarding excavations and bulk earthworks. And lastly, productivity is contingent and relied on inclement weather / other project delays. So assumptions for the base estimate include: it has been derived that the design contract drawings for tender are to be 5% of the overall cost. We've also allowed both preliminaries of 5% and margin of 10% in our construction estimate. Each construction stage is broken up regarding bulk, civil and underground works, and above ground structure works. From there, we have based our material, plant, and labor costs relative to their total and calculated based on industry averages and market research.
Given the complexity and scale of this infrastructure project, early identification of work health and safety risks is essential. To ensure a structured approach, we've applied a combination of industry standard tools and assess risk across the procurement, engineering, and construction phases. These tools also help distinguish between inherent risk, those built into the nature of the work, and contingent risk, which are conditional and arise from external factors. The tools we've implemented include the SWOT analysis, which is to explore internal strengths and weaknesses in the work health and safety systems, a checklist to provide risk using a structured tiering system, the risk matrix, which rates likelihood and consequence to calculate severity of all the risk scores, and a personal analysis, which evaluates external influences such as legal, economic, and environmental conditions that may impact work health and safety performance. Each provides a lens which we can understand and mitigate these risks more effectively. The risk management approach for this infrastructure project prioritizes the early identification of work health and safety risks to proactively address potential hazards across all phases: procurement, engineering, and construction. Given the scale and complexity of the project, a structured and systematic methodology has been adopted, incorporating a range of industry standard tools to assess and manage risks effectively. These tools enable a comprehensive evaluation of both inherent risks, which are intrinsic to the nature of the work, and contingent risks, which may arise due to external conditions or unforeseen circumstances. This approach ensures that risk controls are targeted, practical, and aligned with project objectives, ultimately supporting a safer and more resilient delivery. To ensure ongoing safety performance throughout the Victoria Cross Station project lifestyle, we have established a continuous improvement and monitoring framework aligned with the AS and ZS ISO 31000-2018. Our approach begins with regular risk reviews during procurement, engineering, and construction phases. These reviews assess the effectiveness and current controls and identify any new or emerging risks. We use real-time data, incident reporting, and site inspections to monitor work health and safety performance. Lessons learned are shared across the team through toolbox talks, safety alerts, and internal reporting systems. All risks and treatments are recorded and updated in the project's overall work health and safety risk register. We apply a feedback loop where insights from monitoring activities inform future risk treatments and safety strategies. This ensures that our approach remains dynamic and responsive to on-site conditions. Ultimately, this process helps us reduce incidents, improve safety culture, and meet our legal and contractual obligations. For the Victoria Cross Station component of the Sydney Metro project, a comprehensive risk analysis process was undertaken to proactively manage work health and safety risks across the procurement, engineering, and construction phases. This process involved the use of industry standard tools such as risk matrices, bounty analysis, and SWOT assessments to systematically identify, assess, and prioritize risks. Each identified risk was evaluated based on its potential impact, likelihood, and assigned an overall risk score to guide prioritization. Additionally, risk owners were designated for accountability, and tailored mitigation strategies were developed for each risk to reduce or eliminate its effect. All risks were categorized according to the nature, example design, human factors, and environmental, to streamline management and reporting. This structured approach ensures that risks are not only clearly understood, but are also actively controlled throughout the project lifestyle. The risk assessment and treatment of the top 3 risks during this Victoria Cross Station project are as follows. Late delivery of safety critical equipment. This poses a major risk to both schedule and safety. To mitigate it, we propose early procurement planning, building schedule contingencies, and securing backup local suppliers to ensure critical equipment is always available when needed. Working at high risks. This is a high risk activity in construction. Treatment measures include installing edge protection, using fall arrest systems, and erecting secured scaffolding. In addition, all personnel must be trained at height safety and use fall prevention checklists. Inclement weather. Unpredictable weather can halt operations and endanger workers. Our mitigation strategy includes providing appropriate PPE and shelter, enforcing stop work protocols during hazardous conditions, and allowing for weather-related contingencies in the program. Emergency response planning, flexible scheduling, and real-time weather monitoring are also essential to maintain safety and productivity.
This contingency determination is based on the work health and safety risk analysis for the Victoria Cross Station, design and construct contract under Sydney Metro. With a base duration of around 378 weeks and a cost estimate of $445.8 million, the project involves significant underground works and safety risks. Due to this high risk profile, we recommend adopting P90 for both cost and schedule. The P90 cost estimate of $593.98 million accounts for 20 major risks, including scope changes, site damage, and severe weather. This provides a strong financial buffer without compromising competitiveness. For schedule, an additional 85-week contingency brings the total to 519 weeks, helping mitigate delays from unforeseen events. These contingencies ensure the project remains on track and within budget, while safeguarding against risk without affecting other work package allocations.
Following the identification of both contingent and inherent risks, our quantitative cost risk analysis and quantitative schedule risk analysis have determined the need for a new total cost of $593.98 million and a new schedule of 519 weeks, each calculated at the P90 confidence level. This analysis resulted in a final anticipated total FAT of $148.18 million for cost, derived by subtracting the P90 value from the base estimate of $445.8 million and 141 weeks for time, also calculated by deducting the P90 from the base schedule of 378 weeks. These FAT values represent the full contingency provisions assigned to the project. Vertically, the FAT is divided into two distinct categories: Contingency Reserve, CR, for known and identified risks, and Management Reserve, MR, for unforeseen or residual risks, distributed according to a 60-40 split. As per our project's contingency management policy, in line with the Risk Engineering Society guidelines, we have adopted the Preferred Performance Measurement Baseline (PMB) approach. Under this method, the PMB incorporates the CR while excluding the MR, allowing project managers to access the CR for managing known risks, while preserving the MR as a safeguard against unexpected events. Horizontally, the CR is proportionally allocated across project phases based on the baseline schedule using a milestone-based allocation strategy. Specifically, 30% of the CR is allocated to the design phase, 20% to procurement, and 50% to construction, ensuring alignment with project cash flow and effective integration into the PMB. This well-structured risk-informed strategy enhances our ability to proactively manage the project, make informed decisions, and maintain control across all phases of the life cycle. In summary, the WHS Risk Management Plan for Sydney Metro's Victoria Cross Station takes a structured and forward-thinking approach to safety and compliance. By identifying key risks such as safety incidents and health hazards, the plan incorporates a P90 contingency level to effectively manage both cost and schedule uncertainties. Essential tools like the Risk Matrix and the RACI Matrix clarify responsibilities and prioritize risk responses, helping the team make timely, informed decisions. The plan also focuses on adaptability and continuous improvement, ensuring the project can respond to unexpected challenges while maintaining momentum. Ultimately, this approach not only protects workers and project outcomes, but also supports environmental responsibility, positioning Victoria Cross Station as a model for safe, sustainable, and resilient urban transport infrastructure. Thank you guys all for your time and attention today. I hope this presentation has provided valuable insight into the WHS Risk Management Plan for the Sydney Metro Victoria Cross Station project, and how it contributes to safer, more efficient and sustainable infrastructure delivery. Thank you.